be a music executive. Let's own a couple companies. I own a company called Soap, which is a music consultant firm, which we do everything that a major label does, except we don't give you advances or budgets.
All right. Now, did you celebrate Cinco de Mayo?
Yep, I was in Las Vegas.
Okay. Are you Hispanic?
I'm a nigga from Cleveland.
All right.
That's like when you move to Miami, I had a question. Seriously, like I had to, like, when I moved here, I was like, everybody's like, so what's your background? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, everyone's
everyone's like Haitian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Are you Dominican? No, I'm just a nigga from Cleveland.
Now, you're hilarious with that. like I want to get a short now, but did you celebrate Haitian Flag Day?
I do, because I got a lot of Haitian friends.
That's good. I was going to say, you can't celebrate Cinco de Mayo and then celebrate
No,
Haitian
of
Flag
course.
Day.
I got a lot of Haitian friends. When I first moved here, there was a lot of Haitian people that was my protection when they tried to extort me.
Did you ever even hear of Haitian Flag Day before moving here?
I've only heard of, I thought only Haitians lived in Haiti and New York. And I know that sounds crazy, but the only Haitian person I ever met was in New York.
Wow. Okay.
And then I'm not trying to sound funny, but then when I actually went back and did my history on the Haitian culture, I was fucking amazed.
Right, of course.
Especially how they tried to blockade a whole entire country because they couldn't get what they wanted from them. So, and also, they didn't know that, they didn't want the slaves in America to know that you can free your own shit.
That needed some sound. That conversation can go deep, which I want a conversation on the history of Haitian Flag Day, as well as the whole slave trade and all that.
And
on here.
And with that, but also you should look into, there's a documentary on PBS about Haiti and Dominican Republic. Watch it. Amazing. And
what? About their bond that isn't so cute? What the Dominican?
Right. Alongside with each other's history.
Okay.
And if you believe in the slave trade, then you can do something on that if you think that's real. I think we already been here a long time ago.
This man is more than a DJ. All right.
If you think that a nigga who thought the world was flat can gather a boat, go from Spain or Portugal or whatever, go pick up some niggas from Africa and bring them to America on a land that they didn't know was his and didn't know was theirs. No, nigga, we've been here.
I like him.
Look at him. You let them folks tell you what they want to tell you. Don't let them folks tell you what their story and what they want them to do.
You ever did African ancestry?
No.
Nah.
Because you're not about to strip me of my heritage and culture and then tell me I gotta pay for it to go get it back.
What you about it?
I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna pay you to get it back. You're not about to take my culture, take my last name, give us your religion, and then be like, yo, you can pay for this if you want to know where you came from. I'm good.
What? Okay. Y'all look into African ancestry. Wow. All right. Now,
Ancestry.com. Did you see that commercial they did with the slaves?
Listen,
I
said African ancestry. I ain't say ancestry.com. And yes, I did.
I'm just saying.
There was a commercial where it was supposedly a black woman that was a slave, and a colonizer or a slave master. Oh my God.
They tried to romance slavery.
Like, oh, we're gonna run away, and then it's supposed to give you the idea, like, hold on, that could have been a story, like my ancestors, I might be, this is why I'm maybe mixed. Listen, no, they can't do it like that. We ain't doing it like that now. You're not gonna romance slavery like y'all wasn't raping folks, breaking families apart. Listen, y'all know the history, or do y'all? We gotta chill. All right, now, where are your parents originally from?
Cleveland.
I believe.
I was right. My dad's from Cleveland. My mom's from Dayton.
Nobody came from the South? Grandmother?
I mean, I'm sure we got folks in Alabama and fucking wherever. I don't know.
Now, is breaking records important to you, or is that not a part of your plan?
That's all I've ever done. That's all I've ever done.
Through the
No, through being a
just
DJ.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I've ever done. I mean, like, it's been.
But do you do it? Do you break records on South Beach though?
Are you speaking of records or Miami records or what type of records are you talking about?
All right, okay, you make it
Because we
specific.
can get into this whole thing if you'd like
We can do it.
You want to talk about Miami records
Of
first?
course.
Okay, so let's talk about Miami records when it comes to South Beach. South Beach, you have Thursday to Monday, right? So Thursday to Monday, you have a week to get your shit out and get it moving and get it rolling, right? So what y'all call across the bridge. If you don't have, and within anything, if you don't have your promo shit right, if you don't have where people can reach your records and get your shit, then it don't matter if I play your records on South Beach or not. Now, if you come across this bridge, then you have people who stick here, and you only got a few places to go. A few strip clubs and 2 clubs in Miami, on this side of the bridge.
In Miami.
Right? So, everybody's always like Atlanta this, Atlanta that, Atlanta this, Atlanta that. But you gotta understand, Atlanta has about 5, 6, 7 clubs. They got a thing called the AUC, which is 4 historical black colleges all in one circle. You have 4 urban radio stations that play hip hop at one time. And you have clubs that are outside Cobb County. Right. Here, you have 5 or 6 clubs on the beach, give or take, with people that's always coming in and out, so your records can't stick like that. And then you have a few clubs that you can do up here that the records stick. That's why the sound is so different between this side and that side. It's not that people don't want to play the records, but if you don't do yourself a favor by coming to the club with your friends, and when I play your record, that shit turned up, and these out-of-town niggas be like, shit, them niggas is turned up, so what is this? I can find it on my phone, what is this? And then some of the artists are so discouraged to even come on the other side, because there are some other asshole DJs who don't play records. But at the end of the day, you can't be afraid to do it if you want to. Do I think that you need South Beach? Fuck no. I don't think you need South Beach in order to.
But it would be nice. Other races have South Beach.
Okay, but let's think about everything that has come out of Miami that artists in Miami don't understand, because some people are so stuck in just what they see here. So in the freshman, double XL freshman,
Which one?
the one that was last year, not this year, we had four or five artists from Bay and Broward County in there. They're just not the ones that you know. So you had Wi-Fi Funeral, you had Smoke Perp, he's from Miami. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. You had Lil Pump, Ski Mask Slumdog. They're all from here. You had X, the sound is here. People just don't understand it because they're so used to the artists that they know, not knowing that these little young niggas is the niggas that's cracking. Matter of fact, what's the kid name? Denzel Curry.
Oh yeah.
Now,
I did a record with Denzel Curry with 808 Mafia 5 years ago, and niggas are just now catching on.
but do you realize these same artists that you mentioned that were on Double XL, they all have something in common. They have a similar sound that's not necessarily Miami.
No, but see, that's the problem.
No, why we can't put our culture up on the commercials?
Because the sound has changed sonically.
Okay.
The sound has changed sonically, just not to what that stick and move sound and what you're used to.
They don't have to be sticky.
They brought that Broward, Dade County young nigga sound, that's their sound. They from here changed the whole entire game.
But they
All the
also-
niggas are from here.
They also be on some weird stuff, and you know what I'm talking about.
It's weird to
That's
you.
no. Yeah, and I don't care what it is.
Right.
They be on some weird other stuff
Right.
that's not necessarily hip hop founded. It's more like rock seeking. Like on the low, you gotta be honest. Like if you like from Denzel, some of the all of them, like they be having like this little rock vibe to it. And we can have that, but they don't need to be the only ones making it big just because they got the weirdos.
No. I've watched you. Can I ask you Question, how old are you?
I'm a OG millennial.
Okay, so with you being an OG millennial, I would say probably, I'm gonna give you, from the way that you're talking to me, you were born in like 87.
Too high.
Too high?
Too high. I'm the last of a time breed.
Okay, so in the last of the dime, so let's see, between 1990 and the year 2010, hip hop has changed a lot. But there's always the people that were the culture at that time that made the culture, which were the kids. Like if you were born in 89 or 90, it's no longer your culture. It's no longer my culture. It's their culture. The tastemakers are the niggas who are 14, 15, 16, 18, 20, 21. Those are the tastemakers. Everything else doesn't matter. So
you should know more than me, but I think the tastemakers is college though.
18, 19, 20.
Oh, I thought I heard 16 or something.
I started at 16.
Oh, okay.
So those are the tastemakers. Everything after that doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter at all. So when you're like, oh, it's
numbers wise.
No, I mean, when you say it's, those kids are doing numbers, but they started from somewhere. These kids started off with nothing, putting their music on SoundCloud, because there's shit out there, and there's portals out there that our old asses don't know about on how these kids gather the way that they use
SoundCloud
music.
is not that new.
By the time, you say what?
SoundCloud is not that.
SoundCloud is not that.
SoundCloud isn't that new. Like I don't know SoundCloud.
But I'm saying for the kids who are, I mean, these kids that are now the culture now, the rappers.
They are not the culture. They are the prime. The culture is everybody. You're talking numbers, which is a large. It's important, but it's not.
I'm talking about kids who come from a grind, and they promote to the tastemakers that are within their culture, age-wise. And these kids start off on SoundCloud because these little niggas don't have enough money to buy Apple Music, to buy Tidal, to buy Spotify at the same time. You're talking about something that's $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a month for a kid that's 16, 17 to 21 that can't buy a fucking hamburger. So what do? They start they grind off on SoundCloud. Trust me, because I stepped my old ass back to study this shit. So now all these kids who come into a place like The Spot, and it'll be a DJ set the fuck up over there, and it's 20, 30 niggas over here drinking at their age, listening to their shit, it's because they are the culture. By the time it reaches us, it's already old. By the time it reaches us, they don't even want to hear that shit no more. They're like, who's next? And that's why festival like Rolling Loud, and they have Rolling Loud, and they have Ultra. Musically, sonically, and the way that these kids think is that we don't want to hear the old shit, we want to hear the new shit. Yeah. So that's why Ultra Festival is Ultra, because the DJs who are the artists come in and they play their new shit. By the time it gets to the videos and in the commercials and in the Apple Music and everybody already know about it, they're like, now who's the other person that we come to see, because they are the culture. So you talking about people who want to rap about being rich and being that, and they don't never rap about the struggle. They was already at the struggle. You just got to them by the time they started rapping about rich shit when they got some money.
You saying they used to talk about the struggle? What you saying? Like?
Right. They were on their vibe. By the time it got to you, OG millennial, it was already old to the tastemakers of the music business.
Not that part. That's not what I'm really saying. What I'm saying is, whatever's on the radio right now, the majority of it is luxurious topics. That's all I'm talking about.
Okay, so then you missed the point where I said by the time it got to radio, it was already old and don't nobody want to hear that shit no more. Radio's a fucking dinosaur. By the time it gets to radio,
I'm saying radio.
By the time it gets to radios, it's for OG millennials.
Yeah, I'm just saying radio. All
by the time it gets to radio, it's for OG millennials.
Streaming services.
By the time it gets to the streaming service, because you have $5.99 or $6.99 to pay to stream, it's already old to the taster.
I have SoundCloud on my phone.
You just said SoundCloud was old than one shit.
I didn't say SoundCloud.
Do you listen to SoundCloud?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Follow Culture. Follow us on SoundCloud.
So since you're on, why are you on SoundCloud?
Because exactly what you said, our
Right.
folks can't afford iTunes and
And so therefore they can go listen to it for free.
Right,
Just like YouTube.
right,
Right.
right. All right, now,
Not because I stepped back and I really look and study this shit. Like it took me days to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I'm like, how are these little niggas popping up in different places and I don't know about them? I can't see them. I can't.
it's oversaturated.
Get to 'em.
It's gonna be some new dudes this year, all that.
Since it's oversaturated, there's always going to be new dudes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between somebody coming up in the big artist right now?
Somebody coming up in the big artist right now.
Yeah, what's the difference between somebody?
The big artist has a loyal following. Someone coming up may have their own loyal following, but the big artists get more exposure. Everything they do it gets the exposure.
Why?
The upcoming artist still trying to gain that.
Why?
Why? Which part?
Why are the big artists getting more exposure than little artists just coming up?
Because the world seems to be like high school, and popularity is everything.
Ooh, I hope y'all still take it. Let me explain something to you. When these kids get on SoundCloud, right? They don't have no money, no nothing. Regardless, let's take right now Lil Nas X, right? Old Town Road been out for a year and some change. Even you can say Blueface. I was playing Blueface record for a whole year and a half before it even got to the point. Old Town Road been out for a year and some change. So what happened is the numbers seem to have went up.
Popularity.
So now that the tastemakers are watching this video. Now how did it get in front of you? Because secretly, like more than half of these motherfuckers that are artists have record deals. Y'all just don't know it. And the labels tell them don't say nothing about it. Like you hear Lil Baby like, oh, I'm independent. Nigga, no, you're not. You got four labels before you get to your money. You got QC, Capital, Motown, Watt, some other shit. You know, it's four niggas before you see your money. So what happens is that the tastemakers have already got on the free shit. YouTube, SoundCloud, and then there's somebody sitting back there. They have machines for this shit to look at numbers. You know what? Lil Nas X, let me take you. Boom. And so now, secretly, we're gonna put that budget behind you. Bang. You think fucking Billy Ray Cyrus got in there just cuz? No, they paid for that shit to be in front of your face. Just like 6ix9ine, they paid for 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd to be in front of your face and you just didn't even fucking know it. And you wanna know why? Because he's signed to somebody named Elliot Grange. Elliot Grange is the son of Lucian Grange. Lucian Grange is the CEO of Universal Music. Guess what two artists are signed to Lucian and Elliot? 6ix9ine and Trippie Redd. So if you thought that the industry plants, alongside with some artists from Miami that are industry plants, I won't say no names.
Say what?
Oh no. It's right in front of your face. You just ain't looked at it.
Oh, so I'm like, okay. Wow. I just really want to pick your brain another episode. Wow.
I just
Because I just want us to have more time to talk. Okay, now, because you around here trying to school me and stuff, but you gotta be, popularity is everything. You know that.
Of course it is. But why wouldn't it be? You're not gonna be an unpopular popping artist. And let's not say talent, because there's a lot of people who cannot sing, and there's a lot of people who don't make great music that have enough budget to be put in front of your face to make you like it. Music has always been about repetition. Period. It's repetition every time. That's when the radio plays your shit. When you be on the radio, you're like, man, I just heard this an hour ago. Repetition.
I can listen to it when they do that best.
When people did listen to radio and you didn't have, streaming is still a baby.
Okay.
So they put it in front of your face over and over and over again. They play it over and over again. I know you've heard a song that you didn't like, but once you've heard it so much, you're like, oh shit, well, I do kind of like this song. It's money. It's no more, no less. There's a lot of people with talent, depending on what you think is talent, that haven't made it But that's been since the beginning of time. It's always been commercial. Like
it's worse now. It's like hype beats. The industry is hype beats. Who got the hype? Okay, let's back.
It's not worse now because we have records like before you OG Millennium. We have records like JJ Fad Supersonic. You have records like Duh.
What about Supersonic? You know, that's like my older sister age. But what about
right? So that was commercial.
Man,
Oh shit! That's hip hop.
That's a certain kind of hip hop, sir. That is a certain kind of hip hop. Man, that's OG stuff. Listen.
You see what I'm saying? Because it was the culture, the taste making for where you was at. So you can't call these young kids whack, and you like JJ Fad.
Hold on. A lot of the young kids are whack. I did not say they are whack. Are you trying to make me sound like an old chick? I didn't say they whack.
Because what I'm saying.
I said they should be talking. I said the topics. They stay on the luxurious topics. They're not talking about.
You're talking about talent, and JJ Fad Supersonic. I love the song, but let's not just sit here and say like Tony Loc, Master Ace, and fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot were just the most rappingest ass niggas in hip hop.
First of all, you going back too far.
Okay. What year you want to go?
What year I want to do?
Yeah.
I like the 2000s till like 2011. Let's just say when I'm out of college, when I'm in college, who's popping or about to be popping? Wiz, Wale, J. Cole, Currency, of course. Kendrick. Like I'm a day one Kendrick fan when he's not even. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who's popping 2011-ish. Like that.
So you like hip hop.
I like a lot of the. Like I even have a ratchet side, but I don't want to hear the ratchet all the time. Like.
But then you just sitting there telling me that people don't rap about no street shit.
Yeah, we need some. Hold on. When I said street, that means all the kind of things that is associated with the street. You don't have to be.
You're losing your microphone, girl. Come on.
Look. Here, professional. Hey.
I'm gonna interview you.
Listen. We're gonna move on because he is hilarious. Like, for real. If you want to be a co-host, listen. All right, so how did you get, because we can debate about all
this stuff.
We
can. And that's what the hip hop connoisseurs.
But I love it. I love it.
People who love the culture and do shows at the spot, you can always debate with somebody like that and it can be healthy and great.
But by the way, I did want to say the tastemakers, because they're young, I just call them the youngins, and they're the majority of the market. Mm-hmm. They're not the culture only. They just the ones in their prime. That is all.
Nah, you the one in your prime.
Influencers, I like that. Hey, no, what he said? I'm gonna run this back. Hey, you sure you ain't from the You got a sling mouth like a Miami boy. You an Aries?
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah. I guess. All right, now, how did you get the alias Wolf of South Beach, or did you come up with that yourself? Did you love the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
So, before that tagline, I called myself the trendsetter before that tagline.
Because that was it.
In anything that you do in business, you have to reinvent yourself. So, the Wolf of South, I'm so used to saying my own shit. The Wolf of Wall Street, it was when I had seen the trailer for it. And I'm into like the kind of like biography video, like movies of other people's lives. And I was like, yo, this is shit.
Right.
And I had seen the trailer and I was trying to think of a new mixtape, a name of a mixtape that I was going to bring out. And I was like, fuck it, The Wolf of South Beach. Because I was like, nobody's seen this movie yet. People probably haven't even seen this trailer yet. So I was like, yo, let me do that. Bing. And then Puff had called me on my phone. He was like, whatever shit that you just posted, that name, you need to stick to that tagline. And I just stuck to the tagline. And by the time I kept posting it, it was like other people were calling themselves like the Wolf of whatever city that they was in. Yeah. But I was the first one to really start that because I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I wanted the movie to, I started the tagline before it came out. And then when I came out with my second mixtape, it was like Game of Thrones was on its way to being popular. So I used The Wolf and the Throne as one of my other mixtapes.
You watch Game of Thrones?
Of course. Yes, it sucked.
Sick of y'all talking about it on the timeline.
Yes,
Like, get over it, okay? We get it, we watch it.
Yeah, that 8 years hurt my life.
Then, look, I be like Game of Thrones, and I be like GOT, God. Oh, that's still Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay, now, look. That was such a millennial thing to say. GOT, God. Now, so you consider yourself an artist as well?
I think we all have a bit of artistry within us.
Okay, but you've never made a song, well, the word made, but created a song, a solo song for yourself?
Yeah.
You have?
I did.
Is it on iTunes?
Yeah, I did. I put out a whole album.
Where?
Yeah, you got Lil Wayne.
It's like, you're like putting all these artists together, and it makes a whole project. But did you ever like try to come out as yourself, like without any...
Like you mean me being a rapper?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't rap. No, I can't. First, I grew up in the suburbs, so I already talk too proper as it is, so now I can't rap.
So you never tried to do that?
No, but
okay.
Make records, yes, I make records because I have ideas in my brain and then I'll go call a producer in order to get it done. Like I can't produce a record, but one time I was listening to Luther and then I was just going through a Luther album and I was like, shit, I want to sample these two, and I was like, oh shit. It'd be good to bring back for the OG millennials like yourself, and then for the OGs to sample a Luther sample, which I came out with a record called Got Me Crazy with K. Michelle Ross and that.
I heard that. That was nice.
So that was all the records that I do. I come up with the ideas as far as beats. I come up with the ideas as far as hooks. I come up with the ideas as far as what artists sound good on those records.
Oh.
Which you know.
But you jumped to one of my questions. So
you have.
That's how you pick them.
Yeah, you just have to have the ear on what do you think that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of heavy hitters from
just even,
every area and territory.
Yeah, just even when because I did that, I remastered it and put it out, but I did that album probably like 4 years ago, and I have a girl in there, her name is Agnes Monica, and Timbaland produced the beat, and it was just like when I put it out, everybody was like, who the fuck is that? Not knowing that she would be like the Britney Spears of like Indonesia. But now, a couple years ago is now when they're just starting to understand who Agnes Mo is because she just started to come over to America. I mean, she sells out arenas in Asia, hands down. I mean, and even on the album, Denzel Curry was on that album before they got popular. Kodak Black was on that album before they got popular. There was a lot of people on that album that I seen from a long time ago that took them 3, 4, 5 years in order to get to that point.
So you have all these collaborations on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody get their royalties?
Now you're asking too much.
Cool. You gotta give a little tea.
No, actually, no, they didn't. Nobody got nothing. And that's why it came out 4 or 5 years ago. That's why it was only a mixtape on the internet. Yeah, I kind of slipped that on paid platforms.
Should we keep this a secret?
No, hey, they're gonna take it down, take it down.